If you're over 55 and your blood pressure monitor shows numbers like 170, 180, or 190, you probably panic and rush to the emergency room. But what if I told you that this panic might be completely unnecessary, and that you could be making dangerous mistakes every single day without even knowing it? Here's something that might shock you. Most people with high blood pressure don't understand what those numbers actually mean. Blood pressure measures the force your blood puts against your artery walls. Think of it like water pressure in your garden hose. The top number, called systolic, shows the pressure when your heart beats and pushes blood out. The bottom number, called diastolic, shows the pressure when your heart rests between beats. Normal blood pressure sits around 120/80. High blood pressure means your numbers stay above 140/90 when measured correctly multiple times. The real danger isn't those scary single readings, but pressure that stays high day after day, silently damaging your heart, brain, and kidneys over weeks, months, and years. Why do some people maintain healthy blood pressure, even in their 70s and 80s? What's the biggest mistake that could be making your blood pressure readings completely wrong? And how can you avoid the 5 deadly errors that most people over 55 make every single day? Stay with me until the end to discover the answers that could add years to your life and life to your years. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss important health information. Tell us in the comments which part of the world you're watching from. We'd love to get to know our community better. Blood pressure naturally goes up and down throughout your day. Just like the temperature in your house changes from morning to evening, your pressure rises when you walk, talk, feel stressed, drink coffee, or argue with someone. It drops when you rest, breathe deeply, laugh, or sleep peacefully. This is completely normal and healthy. Your arteries are like flexible tubes that need to handle these natural changes. Problems start when the pressure stays too high for too long, like having a garden hose under constant high pressure that eventually bursts or wears out. Many people don't realize that blood pressure can jump 20 to 30 points just from rushing to measure it or feeling anxious about the results. Understanding this natural rhythm helps you measure accurately and avoid unnecessary worry. The key is knowing when your readings matter and when they're just temporary spikes that mean nothing about your overall health. Now let's talk about the 5 worst mistakes that could be putting your health at serious risk. Mistake number 1, measuring at the wrong moment. This is probably the most dangerous error people over 55 make every single day. You wake up stressed about a doctor's appointment, grab your blood pressure monitor, and get a reading of 170/100. You panic, thinking something terrible is happening. But here's what you didn't know. Stress, even small amounts, can raise your blood pressure by 20 to 40 points instantly. If you just had an argument with a family member, rushed to answer the phone, drank coffee, felt worried about money, or even hurried to take your measurement, your reading will be artificially high. Your body is designed to raise blood pressure when you need energy for action. This saved our ancestors from danger, but now it creates false alarms in our daily lives. Additionally, physical positioning plays a massive role that most people completely ignore. If your legs are crossed or your back isn't supported, your reading can increase significantly. A full bladder is another hidden factor that can remarkably add 10 to 15 points to your reading. You must also avoid consuming caffeine or smoking for at least 30 minutes before checking your numbers. Remember that blood pressure acts like a wave that fluctuates, not a straight line. Trying to catch a calm number while your heart is racing from exertion is biologically impossible. Focus on the long-term trend rather than a single, isolated spike caused by a bad moment. The solution is simple but crucial. Before measuring, sit quietly for 3 full minutes. No talking, no phone, no television. Just breathe normally and let your body settle down. Think of it like letting muddy water in a glass settle until it becomes clear. Your true blood pressure only shows when you're calm and relaxed. Measuring during stress is like checking your car's speed while pressing the gas pedal and wondering why it's going fast. Mistake number 2, becoming a slave to the blood pressure monitor. Many people over 55 measure their pressure 10, 15, or even 20 times per day. They wake up and immediately check. They measure before meals, after meals, before bed, and whenever they feel the slightest concern. This creates a vicious cycle where anxiety about blood pressure actually raises blood pressure. Each measurement becomes an opportunity for worry. You start living your life around numbers instead of enjoying your golden years. Think about it this way. If you weighed yourself 15 times a day, you'd become obsessed with tiny fluctuations that mean nothing. Blood pressure works the same way. Your pressure changes every minute based on what you're doing, thinking or feeling. Constantly measuring turns you into a prisoner of your own health monitoring. Doctors actually look at your average pressure over time, not these isolated peaks that scare you. Obsessive checking can lead to phantom symptoms where you feel sick simply because you expect to. You need to set a strict schedule for measurements and lock the monitor away at all other times. This mental discipline is just as important for your health as the medication you might take. Your blood vessels actually need time to recover from the squeezing of the cuff. Continuous compression can actually cause tissue irritation and lead to inaccurate results. Reclaim your peace of mind by trusting the process, not just constantly watching the screen. The healthiest approach is measuring just once or twice per day at the same times, like morning and evening, and only when you feel calm. Some days, don't measure at all. Trust that your body knows how to regulate itself, especially when you're taking good care of it through proper diet and gentle exercise. Mistake number 3, blaming only the salt shaker while ignoring hidden sodium bombs. Most people think they control their salt intake because they don't add extra salt to their food. But here's a shocking truth. One single bouillon cube contains almost your entire daily recommended sodium limit of 2,000 milligrams. That's like eating 10 teaspoons of pure salt at once. The biggest sources of hidden sodium aren't the salt shaker on your table, but processed foods that taste normal or even sweet. Bread, breakfast cereals, canned soups, frozen dinners, deli meats like ham and turkey, cheese, crackers, and restaurant meals all contain massive amounts of hidden sodium. Even foods that don't taste salty, like cottage cheese or breakfast muffins, can contain more sodium than a bag of potato chips. Reading food labels becomes crucial. But here's the simple rule. If it comes in a package, can, or box, it probably contains too much sodium. You should also watch out for common condiments like soy sauce, ketchup, and salad dressings. Simply rinsing canned vegetables and beans before cooking can remove up to 40% of the excess sodium. Increasing your potassium intake through bananas and potatoes helps counteract sodium's negative effects. Be wary of marketing terms like reduced sodium, which may still be very high compared to fresh food. Experiment with lemon juice, garlic, and fresh herbs to trick your brain into thinking the food is salty. When dining out, request that no extra salt be added to your meal to stay safe. Protecting your kidneys from this sodium overload is vital for your longevity and energy levels. Fresh foods like fruits, vegetables, plain meats, and whole grains contain almost no sodium naturally. Your taste buds need about 2 weeks to adjust to lower sodium foods. At first, everything might taste bland, but then you'll start noticing the natural flavors you've been missing for years. Many people discover that food actually tastes better when they're not drowning it in salt. Mistake number 4, ignoring the power of potassium, nature's blood pressure medicine. While everyone talks about reducing sodium, hardly anyone mentions increasing potassium. Potassium works like sodium's opposite twin, helping your blood vessels relax and your kidneys remove excess sodium. Think of sodium and potassium like a seesaw. When sodium goes up, potassium should go up too to keep things balanced. Most people get plenty of sodium but nowhere near enough potassium. You need about 4,700 milligrams of potassium daily, but most people get less than half that amount. One medium banana contains about 400 milligrams. 1 cup of cooked spinach provides about 800 milligrams. A medium avocado gives you about 1,000 milligrams. Other excellent sources include sweet potatoes, white potatoes with skin, tomatoes, oranges, melons, beans, lentils, and leafy green vegetables. The beautiful thing about potassium-rich foods is they're all naturally healthy choices that provide vitamins, minerals, and fiber, along with blood pressure benefits. You can't overdose on potassium from food, unlike supplements which can be dangerous for people with kidney problems. Nature designed these foods perfectly for your cardiovascular health. Mistake number 5. fearing exercise when it's actually one of the most powerful blood pressure medicines available. Many people over 55 think exercise will make their blood pressure spike dangerously high. They imagine their heart exploding from exertion or their blood vessels bursting from increased pressure. This fear keeps them sedentary, which actually makes blood pressure worse over time. Here's the truth that might surprise you. Regular gentle exercise can lower your blood pressure by 5 to 8 points on the top number and 3 to 5 points on the bottom number. That's equivalent to taking a mild blood pressure medication, but with only positive side effects. During exercise, your blood pressure does rise temporarily, just like it should. This is your cardiovascular system getting stronger, like lifting weights makes your muscles stronger. After exercise, your blood pressure drops below where it started, and this effect lasts for hours. Over time, regular movement makes your heart more efficient, your arteries more flexible, and your whole cardiovascular system younger and stronger. The key for people over 55 is starting gently and building gradually. Walking is perfect exercise that costs nothing and requires no special equipment. Swimming, gardening, dancing, or any movement you enjoy counts as exercise. Now let's talk about how to measure your blood pressure correctly at home. This knowledge can save you unnecessary trips to the emergency room and give you confidence in managing your health. First, choose the right time. Morning measurements should happen before breakfast, coffee, or medications. Evening measurements work best at least 1 hour after dinner. Sit in a comfortable chair with your back supported and feet flat on the floor. Don't cross your legs or ankles, as this can raise your pressure. Place your arm on a table or armrest so your upper arm is at heart level. If your arm hangs down or stretches up, it affects the reading. Use the correct cuff size. Most home monitors come with medium cuffs that fit arms measuring 9 to 13 inches around. If your arm is larger or smaller, you need a different cuff size for accurate readings. Wrap the cuff around your bare arm, not over clothing. The bottom edge should sit about 1 inch above your elbow crease. The tubing should run down the center of your inner arm, where you can feel your pulse. Remain completely still and quiet during measurement. Don't talk, move, or even think about stressful topics. If the first reading seems unusually high or low, wait 1 full minute and measure again. Your weekly exercise routine should include 3 types of movement that work together to lower blood pressure naturally. Cardiovascular exercise means any activity that makes your heart beat a little faster for a sustained period. Walking remains the safest and most effective choice for people over 55. Start with 10 minutes at a pace where you can still have a conversation without getting winded. Gradually increase to 20 or 30 minutes, 5 times per week. If walking feels too difficult, try chair exercises, water walking in a pool, or even dancing in your living room. The goal is moving consistently, not moving intensely. Strength training helps by making your heart more efficient and your muscles better at using oxygen. You don't need heavy weights or expensive gym memberships. Resistance bands, light dumbbells, water bottles, or your own body weight work perfectly. Simple exercises like wall push-ups, chair stands, or lifting soup cans can strengthen your muscles safely. Start with just 10 minutes, 2 or 3 times per week. Flexibility and relaxation exercises like gentle stretching, deep breathing, or meditation directly lower blood pressure by calming your nervous system. Spend 5 to 10 minutes daily doing slow, deep breathing or gentle stretches that feel good to your body. You should seek immediate medical attention if high blood pressure comes with certain warning signs that indicate a true emergency. Chest pain that feels like pressure, squeezing or crushing requires immediate help. This is especially true if the pain spreads to your arm, jaw or back. Sudden severe headache unlike any you've experienced before, particularly if it comes with confusion, vision changes or difficulty speaking, needs emergency evaluation. Shortness of breath that makes it hard to speak in full sentences or forces you to sit upright to breathe comfortably is serious. Sudden weakness or numbness on one side of your body, slurred speech or drooping face muscles could indicate a stroke. Very high blood pressure readings above 180/120, especially with symptoms, require medical evaluation. However, isolated high readings without symptoms usually don't require emergency care. If you feel well and have no symptoms, you can recheck your pressure in a calm environment and contact your regular doctor for guidance rather than rushing to the emergency room. Thank you for taking the time to learn about these important blood pressure mistakes that could be affecting your health. If this information helped you understand blood pressure better, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with friends and family members who might benefit from this knowledge. We'd love to hear about your experiences with managing blood pressure in the comments below. You'll notice we have 2 more videos on the screen that continue with important health information. I'm confident you'll find them just as helpful for maintaining your health and vitality as you enjoy this wonderful stage of life.